By the end of my freshman year, I was pound for pound the strongest cat on the team.
Oh wow.
I had to tackle Melvin Gordon. I had to do that.
Yeah,
I had
that's
to run next to Trey Waynes as he's running the 4-2. You know what I'm saying? So,
he's definitely one of the fastest people I've ever seen.
Look, the biggest podcast where you can learn them lessons. Line for line where you can learn from different sections. Made it out the mud, come tell your story, blessings. Never know who listening, never know who stressing. Devon gave you a voice, come speak your honest truth. Line for line, go bar for bar, it's up to you. Wanna talk sports, gov, and politics? Wanna talk about where you from and your accomplishments? The Line for Line is really where you need to be. A platform that's really made for folks like you and me. You can find it all no matter what you seek. Whether you calling or you listening, tune in every week.
All right, we are back at Line for Line with a very special guest today. I got my guy Jerry Nash in the building. I'm your special host, Devon Booker. Thank you guys for tuning back into Line for Line. Jerry, my good guy, how are you today, bro?
I'm doing very well, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming, bro. Because it's sometimes it can be a struggle, really reaching out to people, because sometimes I'll get scared. I'm like, oh, they probably think I'm like trying to piggyback off them or whatever like that. But you know me, bro. I literally love to talk. So whenever I can talk to
Yeah,
somebody else other than myself or my dogs, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it.
I hear you, man.
Yes,
I mean, and that's what it was with us in high school, man. I think we had a class together my sophomore year and just
mhm.
started chopping it up real smooth,
Yes, sir.
real smooth.
Yeah, it was always smooth, man. And then obviously watching you on the field and all that too, man. You used to light it up back there. You was safety, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I definitely remember
Yes,
that,
sir.
bro. Dude averaged literally like 2 to 3 interceptions a game. I was like, man. And then you were like always goofy too. So I would always wonder, I'm like, what's going on under that helmet? Like while he's out there, is he like laughing when he's getting a pick or laughing when he's getting a tackle or what? Because everything was just fun and games with you, bro.
Man, so it's funny. It's funny you ask. Whenever I played Call of Duty, right, and I had to sprint, like while snipers were shooting,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice it, but all my friends would be like, "Bro, why do you keep talking?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I saying?" And they were like, "Just listen next time it happens." And I heard myself saying, "Go Jerry Nash, go Jerry Nash."
For real? Oh my god,
Yes.
dude. Oh.
Yeah, so I figured out that I was doing that when I got interceptions too, and it would make me just die laughing after the play.
Yeah.
Um, but like 9 times out of 10 in a game, I'm dead serious under the helmet. I may joke if we're crushing them, you know. Um, I have a little trash talk. Excuse my cat.
Yeah,
She's playing. She's playing with the blinds.
it's all
Um,
good.
but in practice, it was always fun.
Yeah.
You know, beating up on the offense was always fun. Senior year, junior year, we had to go against Melvin, and that wasn't really fun
Yeah.
at all.
You had
At
to be
all.
locked in for those practices, huh?
It, those were the longest practices of my life,
Yeah.
brother. Of all of my career, going against Melvin in high school, my junior year was probably the toughest. I'll never forget it. We were just in fall camp, and I was new to playing safety because I had played running back, corner, and safety my junior year on JV varsity and varsity reserve. So it was 3 games a week, and they made safety my primary position. I was still learning my responsibilities, who to cover, who my reads were, those kinds of things, how to fill in the run game is a pass play. Gino drops back, Melvin runs a wheel route up the
Mhm.
sideline. There was also probably about a 12-yard out that came in front of me. I hesitated and then stuck with the out route, and Coach Kennedy lit me up.
Oh no.
Boy, he lit me.
Yeah.
He lit me up, and he was like, "We're gonna run it again until you cover this guy." And I'm like, "Man, he's really testing me."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I know the play. Like, I'm gonna stop it." Same play comes around. I'm running with him. I'm running with Melvin. I was like, "Dude's not outrunning me."
Yeah.
Gino throws a perfect ball. And when I say I tried to jump as high as I possibly could, Melvin still came down with it, bro. Melvin still came down with it. So that's when I knew it was like, I got to take it serious, or it's like do or die, because
Mhm.
he is going to push me to the point where I'm going to start or I'm going to crumble
Mhm.
under this pressure and just not develop as a player. And
Yes.
so I'm glad we had him. I'm glad we were surrounded by a bunch of players. I mean, Joe, Trey, Quanzel, Jo,
Mhm.
a lot of those cats that really brought leadership and pulled the best out of us. You know what I'm saying? When it was crunch time.
So obviously playing football, obviously you have to spend some time in a gym. With this episode being about health and wellness, just give us a little bit of an understanding on how that transition into working out, leaving the football days to go and work out.
So I just want to add, football is not over for me yet. It's still well and living, live, is thriving. I'm in contact with a couple teams right now, so I'm gonna keep that on the hush hush.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, being here in this moment right now, fitness is my main stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so I was with a trainer here in St. Paul, Minneapolis, the Twin Cities area, and COVID hits. He had asked me a couple times while the gym was still open, like, hey, can you take these athletes? Like, I know you ain't got work today. Like, could you just help me out? You already know it, Jerry. That's true. I do. I was blessed with coaches from the time I started playing sports at the age of 4 all the way up through my college career that not only wanted to coach me, but teach me about these things. And I also asked the right questions, right? Why are we doing this? Well, to hit this muscle group as well as increase size. And I was like, okay. So I'd pick up on things pretty easily. They were always willing to help. So when the time came and he asked me to help train some of his clients, I was like, yeah, sure. I don't mind it. I love helping you out. It's a great community. And again, once COVID hit, gyms closed.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
And my mind goes to, you got me who was just signed with a CFL team and didn't get to play last year, shutting down the season for the CFL again. So that's 2 years in a row I missed. And I was like, I have to stay ready for a possible NFL team to come.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do? You know, there's also Jake Winicky, who plays for the Montreal Alouettes. You had 2 guys who were getting ready for rookie minicamp. My man Luke Sellers, who was going to Detroit. Mikey Daniels, who was going to the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
And you know, we're like on high alert. Like, what are we gonna do? I said, right now I have a job at Dick's Sporting Goods. It pays the bills, right? It's not a career. It's just a job, temporary. Let me spend some money, get the discount. And I was like, I can train myself. I know what to do. I knew how to phase it. I knew how to deload. I knew how to peak myself at the right time. So I started training, and everyone's asking me like, yo, I see your videos. Can I come out? Sure. And the gym I was with, we also have a Bible study every week. So the trainer kind of, the trainer was like, oh yeah, Jerry's training. Why don't you go out there with him? And I was like, man, I don't mind. Yeah. But it was just funny that he kind of threw me out there to the wolves. So it started with like 8 people, and this was like movement. So speed and agility. Monday was straight line speed. Tuesday was lateral movement. Wednesday was typically a regeneration day. Mm-hmm. So just some body work, some banded resistance, stability. Thursday is usually plyometrics, and Friday was sport specific movement or position specific. So for me, it would have been all DB drills.
Okay.
It started with like 8 people, jumped to 12, 15, 20. And I'm like, okay, so now we're having to use up a whole field, and I'm training soccer players. I'm training O-linemen. I'm training wide receivers, running backs, and I've got all these athletes. Yeah. And I'm like, I've got to come up with movements for all these different positions. How can I train myself if I'm correcting people? So it turned into, I'm working. I'm working now, because I'm such a perfectionist, and I would notice I'd finish their workout and be like, man, I'm not tired. Well, that's Jerry. You didn't do that. you were coaching.
Yeah.
We would do the movement, and then I'd give them their lifts, because some of them had access to gyms or at home gyms. 3 months went by, and I was like, man, I've footed out a lot of money for this stuff. Like, I need some bread.
Yeah.
Thank yous are nice up until a point, but let's all be honest, right? I got bills to pay. Mm-hmm. And I was spending a lot of money from Dick's Sporting Goods, giving it back to him. Mm-hmm. And so I needed some help, and some of them showed love. And I was like, man, I appreciate it. I could really make some decent money from this. I'm already certified. Why not take this to the next level? Mm-hmm. And so after the gyms actually reopened, some of those athletes stayed with me and worked out with me. You know, it was no hard feelings between me and my trainer. But I continue to train myself and these other athletes, and I just wanted to expand. And I was like, man, what's another way that I can reach people? Because I was investing so much time and seeing so much growth in these people. That was the most rewarding thing. Obviously, the money was pretty decent, but that was what motivated me to do more and reach more people. So that was really how it started. Sorry for that long-winded statement.
No, definitely that's what this episode is for, just for me and the listeners to get a better understanding of you, your climb to where you got now, you know. So obviously keep talking, brother. That's what we're here to listen. And obviously I have a couple questions for you as well too. So what you saying, you work with athletes, excuse me, can't talk today for some reason. How do you find time to focus on yourself as well too, if you're putting a lot of exertion into other people and their workout plans and them seeing results?
So I have managed to keep a nice 50-50 ratio when it comes to in-person to online clients, which has made it really nice. I'm still getting a stream of income, but it's not taking up actual personal time to coach one-on-one like that.
Gotcha.
I do walk them through all of their workouts. They have 24-hour access if it's an online workout. So I'll program it, send it to them, and then we usually spend 2 days just mastering the movements before they actually start the month-long program. But like I said, they have 24-hour access to me. I want them to know that I'm a trainer, but I'm also a friend, a support system, and everything else, right? This should be a release, and you should be able to talk to me in any kind of way you feel comfortable. Being that close with people sometimes can take up a lot of time. But other than that, it's been really nice keeping this ratio. I've learned to time block. It's a huge word that I use. I have to set time aside for myself. Meditating every day in the morning. I usually wake up at 4:45.
Hey,
I heard a great quote.
I'm up there early too.
You feel me? I heard a great quote. It was like, rich people are either going to bed at 5 or waking up at 5. Business around the world doesn't stop, you know, so we got to be up. But I love to meditate in the morning. I love to stretch. I love to get my running in. And then I usually jump into my day, whether it be at Dick's Sporting Goods or with my clients. Again, another time in the afternoon to lift.
Now, granted,
uninterrupted.
Yeah. Granted, you're a physical specimen, obviously, and you're like a different caliber than the average bear like myself or most listeners. But what does cardio look like for someone of your stature? Obviously, I'm not even going to try to attempt the cardio that you're doing, but what does the cardio look like for you?
Honestly, I keep it really sports specific. It's all football based, right? So a lot of footwork, a lot of high intensity, 6-second top line speed stuff. And then I'll get my 15 to 30-second break.
Okay.
But nice. It's similar to the game, right? I want to mirror the game. I want something that's going to be applicable to the game. So I try to train my athletes as such as well, depending on their sport, if they play one.
Tell us a little bit more about your brand that you started.
You mean the clothing line?
Yeah. I told you, bro. I keep tabs on you. I see what you're doing.
So it's funny you ask. That's actually not my clothing line. It's a very good friend of mine. So I guess it's a great time for a shout out.
Yeah.
It's a Black-owned business. He's also a former football player. He went to St. Thomas here in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started with $300 in his pocket. He told me. Yeah. And so he asked me and a couple other influential like fitness people here in the community to do a couple photo shoots for him, and a lot of people were receptive to it. So we actually have another photo shoot this Sunday coming up for the new drop.
I definitely see you out here, and I'm like, this guy literally is making moves. I definitely got to get him on an episode of Line for Line podcast. What really got me started was I remember just one day before I even like thought about having you on a podcast, I clicked your page for something, and I saw the online Nitro personal training and nutrition. I was like, I really have to look more into that. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Man, yeah. So Nitro started with me wanting to open up a nutrition club. So I use Herbalife, all my supplements. This is the Herbalife 24 line, our elite line made for the high performance athlete. And I was like, how can I reach more people and get them Herbalife? These are hands down the best supplements I've ever had. And I've been taking supplements since I was sophomore, junior in high school. When something's good, you don't change it, right? And this is top of the line. So I've just been running with it. Like I said, I wanted to get more people introduced to Herbalife, and opening up a nutrition shop was the best way. So I'd sell pre-made shakes, teas, high protein iced coffee, make a little bit of money too, but get people like on the right track to starting a healthy diet, getting back into working out, those kinds of things. I didn't want to have Nash Nutrition on there. I'm not from Minnesota, so I wanted to keep my name out of it, but N sounded nice. And I was like, man, what sounds explosive? What sounds live? What sounds like it's just going to bring it? And Nitro Nutrition came to life. I took that name, created the official business, got the LLC, and man, we haven't looked back ever since. And I also got Nitro Training LLC'd as well.
Man, I definitely feel you. I went and got Line for Line LLC'd as well too, bro. Because at the end of the day, you really have to think of yourself as a business, and whatever you're spending, putting your time, hard work, sweat, all that into, you want to make sure you're seeing the most back from it. You know, whether that's money, whether that's abs, muscles. You know, you just want to really make sure you're getting the return on investment. You know, so if I'm investing all of my time in this, why not make the most of it? And that's what I thought when I started Line for Line, bro.
100%, man. And not only a business, right? You're a brand. We want people to associate Devon with Line for Line. They see your face and they're like, oh, Line for Line. They see Line for Line, they think of your face.
Yes, sir.
So that's what it's all about, man. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
And I'm just happy to have Nitro on here one more time, bro. So, seriously, like for real.
My boss started calling me Nitro Nash lately. So.
No way, bro.
Yeah,
I can see that. Nitro Nash. I like the way that I'm dropping my mic and everything. God, dog. Look at you. You got me all over here excited to talk about this, bro. So just tell us a little bit more what you got going forward with Nitro.
Whew. So I actually put in my 2 weeks today at Dick's Sporting Goods.
What?
Yep. I
need to send my order for all my merch right now. No, I'm just like,
get all the workout gear you can. Yeah. So I put my 2 weeks in, and I'll be training 100% full time and running that nutrition club. So it's nice. I did tell you earlier that my parents popped up on me randomly here in Minnesota. I haven't seen my father in about 2 years. Mom was here for Thanksgiving, so that was a true blessing. They're going to look at the space with me. I already got a look at it, so that was really nice. But we're going to try and seal that lease sometime this week.
And where's the place at again?
It's going to be here in Maple Grove, Minnesota, a suburb just outside of Minneapolis.
Okay.
It's a lovely area. They don't have anything like it here. A couple surrounding cities have it, but nothing that's this close. And it's right in front of them. Why not take advantage of that? So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the build out here soon, and just run it up from there.
So how big is the space?
1,200 square feet.
Okay, nice. And what would you use it for primarily?
Primarily, just the shakes, the teas, and educating people on nutrition.
My dude, I definitely can't wait to travel out there and see what this is all about. Another episode of Line for Line. You know, I told you,
man, in the shop.
I told you
that'd be live in the shop.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a vibe, man. I once everything, whatever our new normal will be post COVID, I want it to be similar to a lounge, man. I want people to kick it. I want people to have fun, enjoy their time in there, not only learning but connecting with other people who are on the same fitness journey.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely respect that, because obviously I work out as well too, but I'm nowhere near your level, your pinnacle. But I do my thing. I try to go crazy in there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
man. What you mean? As long as you're doing what you can do, you're controlling what you can control. That's it.
Especially post COVID, bro. Just tell us a little bit about what COVID looked like for you and your business, your brand, your daily functions of working out.
So honest, if I'm being honest, COVID was the best thing that ever happened to my business.
Yeah.
As bad as that sounds, honestly, selling supplements, it was pretty much all online anyways. And during COVID, everyone wants to stay fit. I can't blame them. I was the same way. I grabbed so many extra supplements, and I was like, why? I always have access to them.
Yeah.
But it was just a knee-jerk reaction. But yeah, there were a lot of people that were like, hey, I want at-home workouts. I don't have much, but this is what I have. Bet we can do something for you. And they wanted supplements. They wanted something to give them a little boost through that at-home workout as well.
Yeah. Speaking of at-home workouts, I do see that you have the whole set up at the crib. What's up with that? I'm like, dude, if he doesn't live on the bottom, I know his neighbors are upset.
Bro, I'm on the 3rd floor.
Oh, what? Did you ever get any complaints or anything like that?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
Everyone's been really cool. A couple of neighbors have actually asked to work out here. I don't know if you want me to show everybody, but yeah, I got the bench like a full rack here, 3 different bars, 2 Olympic, 1 trap bar, so a hex deadlift bar. Man, I've got plates out the wazoo, whether it be I got steel. I elected for steel instead of iron.
Yeah.
I got bumpers. Man, I got medicine balls. I got wall balls. I got dumbbells. I got kettlebells. I got an easy bar. I got the sled, which you might have seen a couple of my clients
I
do
know.
the sled.
I see you in your garage doing that. I was like, man, I need to hurry up and get up out there, man.
Yeah, man. I recently acquired a Nordic Track like total at-home gym. So it's got the whole bench press. It's got the cable machine in there. It's got a small like leg press machine attachment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been crazy for my clients to get to use that as well. And it's helped like with focusing on certain muscle groups for this bodybuilding show that I'm doing.
And I'm very heterosexual, but you do have like you have an amazing body, bro. Seriously, like just like the cuts and definitions you have, bro. That's like years of hard work, bro. And I like see that, and I'm like, dude, this guy, he's a machine, bro. Seriously,
man. You want to see something that's gonna make you laugh?
Yeah.
And I stumbled on this the other day, but bro, where was my bicep in this photo?
Oh my god, dude! You took it back. That's not even junior year, is it? That's like sophomore or freshman, right?
That's my senior year.
No,
bro.
It's not.
Yes, it is. I was tiny,
bro. Look at your chicken legs too, bro. What's going on?
Bro, the legs,
bro.
What's with the black cleats, bro? I look like I'm about to play a game at 7:30 and rob somebody at 10 p.m.
Bro,
and my barber was tripping. Yeah, so I was growth and growth.
He took it back with that one. That's a throwback. You look super small there, bro. That's why I thought it was like freshman, maybe sophomore year.
That's sickening.
Yeah.
If me now met him, I would be like, ain't no way he gonna look like that. Ain't no way he gonna get that.
Yeah.
But
so just tell us a little bit about hard work that it took you to get to look how you look now, bro.
Where to start? I'd say I got into a rhythm at Bradford. That's what it was. And I set a goal for myself. Hit 185. I may have hit it like 2 or 3 times, like for my physical body weight. But it was very hard to keep that up.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I didn't know much about nutrition at the time. So it was just eat whatever you can, whenever you can. Then you get to college. You've got class, football, weights, and then a open calf for you to eat whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you got little side joints that you can go to. Crazy story, actually. There was a freshman who came in with me. He was only 17, a D lineman, a little butterball, but crazy strong. Put up 225 37 times.
God, dog.
On the bench. I was like, man, what kind of grip you got? You big body moving it. And he was comfortable doing it too. And then there was another freshman who was 36 years old. He missed out on an opportunity when he was 18 to play football in college because he broke his back.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother was a coach at Michigan State. Our head coach had just came from Michigan State and took over this team. So he was like, yo, let's get you in the game. And so he came, and he was a bodybuilder before he was a football player. So I was asking him and this other freshman cat, like, yo, what do I have to do? His name is Staten, the bodybuilder. He would sit me down every day at dinner, and he'd be like, I'm going to let you bring your food, and then I'm going to bring you some. And I'm going to sit here with you until you finish it. And I was like, dog, you evil, man. Yeah. So he'd bring 2 extra plates, 3 extra plates, and force me to eat it because he knew how quick my metabolism was. He could see how hard I was trying, and he understood what it took. And so he worked with me. And then he also said, yo, you got to lift with the strongest to be the strongest, to be the biggest. And so I started lifting with D linemen, and I was like, I can do this. By the end of my freshman year, I was pound for pound the strongest cat on the team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Again, just like I mentioned with Melvin in practice, right? Playing with him and those other cats raised my level. Lifting with other cats like that brought me up.
Yes, sir.
It brought me up, and it drove me even more. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let these cats embarrass me. I got it. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to tackle Melvin Gordon. I had to do that.
Yeah,
I had to run next to Trey Waynes as he's running the 4-2. You know what I'm saying? So
he's definitely one of the best people I've ever seen as well, too. So, man,
that cat was ridiculous.
Talk about wheels. That cat had wheels.
I will say there is video footage of me outrunning him once.
Stop playing.
One time on a tackle, I ran. I was just flying by him, but it was the one and only time.
What?
I take pride in it though.
Yeah, I gotta go look that up, man. For real. Like what?
I think it was on my high school highlight tape my junior year.
On Huddle?
I might be able to find it for you.
Yeah, my dude, I definitely will appreciate that, bro. I will say this though, bro. I definitely know this isn't our last time talking. I definitely will be reaching out to you soon as well, obviously in person, so we can do more episodes as well too. Definitely gonna let you go. I definitely appreciate all the hospitality you showed line for line today, bro.
100%, man. I appreciate you having me on. It was amazing. One, getting to see your face, see how excited you were. It was just a vibe today. So yes, I appreciate it. A true blessing.
Yes,
so
sir.
Thank you.
All right, my
thank
dude.
you, my man.
Definitely take care. You have yourself a good night, Jerry Nash.
You as well, my brother.
All right, bro.
You calling or you listening, tune in every week. Line for line. Oh yeah, I'm going line for line.